Hi children, welcome back to Smart Insight. In this video, I am going to teach you about Indo-Gangetic Plains. Indo-Gangetic Plains are formed due to the interaction of three Himalayan rivers. I will show you with the help of this map. Here I have drawn only the north part of India roughly. Himalayas are located here. As you know that Himalayas are located here. And what are the three Himalayan rivers? The Indus, river Ganga and the Brahmaputra. Due to interaction of these three rivers, Indus, Ganga and the Brahmaputra, the Indo-Gangetic Plain are formed. See here, I am showing roughly. Plains are formed in this way and these are broadly classified into three. The west part, central part and the eastern part. Initially, this was a very shallow basin and gradually this was filled with soils which these rivers brought from Himalayas. Okay, now let us see about these three parts. The western part is formed due to river Indus and its tributaries. The tributaries of Indus are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. And there is one feature which dominates in this part, that is Doab. Children, Doab. Do means two, Ab means water. Between two rivers, fertile soils are formed. That is one of the feature which dominates in the western part. And the river basin of Indus is mostly, that means a major part of the basin river Indus is located in Pakistan and minor portion is located in Punjab and Haryana. Children, coming to the next one, the central part. Central part is also known as Ganga Plain. Central part is also known as Ganga Plain. These are formed due to river Ganga, Yamuna and its tributaries Son and Kosi, etc. And these are existing in which states? Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Haryana, Jharkhand and in West Bengal. And this one is extended between two rivers, namely Ghaggar and Tista. Ghaggar and Tista. Coming to the third one, the eastern part. The eastern part is formed mainly due to river Brahmaputra and this one is mostly found in river Brahmaputra valley. That means in the valleys of Brahmaputra, especially in which state? Assam. In Assam. Children, here you may get 1 mark questions or directly essay type question from this topic. For example, what are the tributaries of Indus? What are the tributaries of Indus? Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. And also important for bit paper point of view. For example, which one is odd in the following? Which one of the following is odd? Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi and Son. Here, did you understand, Nana? Here, you will get all these three and other one of other tributary. That means which one is odd here now? Son. Did you understand? In this way, this topic is important for 1 mark questions as well for bit paper point of view. What about the location for mapping skills? River Indus that flows to west from this Himalayas. And if you get tributaries also, can locate here. River Sutlej is important for mapping skills as well for locating these Bhakra and Nangal projects. Bhakra and Nangal are two projects which are which were constructed across the river Sutlej. Children, next one is about Babur and Terai. First I will explain this. After this I will show you one activity to make you to understand about Babur and Terai. What is Babur? Here there are Himalayan rivers. While the Himalayan rivers are flowing down, it deposits gravel and pebble sediments, and these are formed as a narrow belt that is 8 to 16 kilometers of width, where it deposits the sediments at the foothills of Shivaliks. There are 3 parallel ranges of Himalayas. As you know that this one is Greater Himalayas, Middle Himalayas and the Shivaliks. At the foothills of Shivaliks, these sediments are formed, and this is known as Babur. Here, Babur is porous in nature. That means here water, that means streams and the small rivers flows underground. That means then the water disappears. Again, the water reappears. That means these streams and small rivers reappears, and the region is like swampy and marshy. That is known as Terai. Now I will show you activity. Before that, children, I will tell you some more points about this. Here these soils are very fertile, alluvial soils are formed, and these are useful for cultivation, and water is available throughout the year. Initially, before independence, this region was covered with thick forest and variety of animals. At the time of partition, this region was cleaned and started using for cultivation. Here there is a question, that is, the Indo-Gangetic plains have high density of population. What are the reasons? This region has high density of population? Because fertile soils are formed, alluvial soils are formed here due to these rivers, and these soils are useful for cultivation. This region is suitable for cultivation, and water is available throughout the year. That is the reason here we can find high density of population in the northern plains, in the Indo-Gangetic plains. Now I will show you one activity about these two, Babur and Terai. Children, imagine that these are Himalayas, these are pebbles. Rivers are flowing towards down, isn't it? Rivers are flowing towards down from Himalayas. Try to understand. Here, while river is flowing, it deposits gravel and pebbles. రాళ్ళు రప్పలు అనేవి తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ డిపాజిట్ చేస్తుంది while river is flowing. అది అర్థమైంది కదా మీకు? ఓకే. Here, this region is known as Babur. This Babur is porous in nature. That means here river is flowing under the ground. Here under this river is flowing. Okay. So this region is porous in nature. This is extended up to 8 to 16 kilometers of width. Okay. And again the river reappears. River anedi ikkada kanipistundi. It reappears. And here the region is swampy and marshy. అంటే బురద నేలగా ఉంటుంది. This is Terai region. Okay. This is Babur and this is Terai. Children, I hope you all understood about this activity. Based on this activity, you understood about Babur and Terai. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and share it to your friends. Thank you for watching this video.